Welcome, everyone.
Oh, Mike's here.
Before we do anything else,
Mike Fitzpatrick.
Congressman,
From Washington.
Yeah.
What'd you drive right
did you
here,
go there?
sir?
We're just starting. Thank you. I'd like to start this meeting
How
off
are you
with
this
Pledge
evening?
of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks to those who came here this evening. And it's a special presentation including the Marine Corps League+Patriot detachment members, of which our honoree is part of. We're privileged this Veterans Day to honor and welcome home yet one more of our Northampton Patriots, Marine Sgt. EddieCotton+III. Normally we do these presentations at a public meeting with a much larger audience, although I don't know if we can get it much larger than this one, so that's good. But since Sergeant Cotton could not be here for the next supervisors meeting, which is December 16th, we're doing a less formal presentation this evening because he's only home for a week or so. And what better way to do this than on Veterans Day? So thanks to the supervisors for allowing us to be here this evening. Barry Moore, George Komolowski, Eileen Silver, Larry Weinstein, and Dr. Kim Rose. With Sergeant and Marine Corps League member Ed Cotton, his wife Kylie, son Jack, and his parents Lisa and Ed, please come up here to join us, and the grandma on stage. Now, as many of you know, and we're waiting for one more grandmom to come.
Here I am. I'm sorry.
This all began about 12 years ago on April 23rd, 2003, when the Board of Supervisors introduced our Northampton Patriots flag program to honor our Northampton residents serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Back then, we knew of 24 such residents, and the idea all came about at the home of one of our residents and Veterans Advisory Commission members, Bernadette Heenan, where several of the moms and wives at that time sat down and said, what can the township do to honor those that are serving in Iraqi freedom? So we decided, why not do a flag program where we would get a flag representing the branch of service of the person it represents, have a yellow stream around that flag with their name on it and rank and branch of service, and then we would place those flags in the garden part of what is now Dembowski Memorial Park, right here at 232 and 332. Back then we knew of 24 such individuals, and one of them is here this evening with us, Colonel Mike Botkin, who's one of the first. We had their loved ones, escorted by a supervisor that particular day, place the flag in the ground. Well, that was in April, and who knew the Iraq War was going to last so long? By the time October came, somebody told us, hey, what are you guys going to do when the weather gets tough and it snows and all? How are we going to protect these flags? So at that time, Mrs. Heenan was nice enough to get someone to build a flag display stand for us, and we took them inside the building. Again, 24 flags. Eventually, we had 30 people, then 35 people, and as it turned out, we needed a bigger display, so someone built a bigger display for us. And then the wars went on and on. We had Afghanistan, and eventually we have a display there that can hold 100 flags. So it's intended to hold both military and American flags. And there's 81 of them, and at one time all were military flags, each representing the branch of service identifying their resident with the yellow streamer with his or her name affixed to it. As each one returns home, and so far 80 have, we returned his or her military flag and replace it with an American flag. After tonight, there will be 81 total flags, all of them U.S. flags, as there are no longer any armed forces service flags awaiting return to their representatives. Now, you will note that I said that there are 81 flags, but there are 80 people represented by those flags, and that's because there are 2 U.S. flags representing one person, Frank Young Jr., who served with the Army in Iraq and then enlisted in the Navy, and he went to Pakistan. So he has 2 flags. Sergeant Cotton, welcome home. You deployed to Afghanistan the first time back on November 11, 2011. After which your mom and dad placed your Marine flag in our display, and it was returned to you when you were home on December 19th, 2012. Since then, you married Kylie, had a baby, Jack. And what did you do? You got redeployed to Afghanistan again.
Yes, sir.
Back in March of 2015. We put your Marine flag back in the display, without fanfare I might add, and you recently returned back to the United States around mid-October. You're here with us now, and the time has arrived to once again return your flag. So, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
would you do the honors, place that flag in the display, and bring the Marine flag back down?
Okay. Thank you. It's really a great honor to put the last American flag back in here. Eddie, I want to present this to you. I'm sure your parents and your family and your wife are probably much happier that this flag is now home with you. Congratulations for coming back, and thank you very, very much for your service. We really appreciate it.
We also have some presentations to make. And we have on board Congressman Mike Fitzpatrick. Congressman? Mike has been traveling all over the area today in honor of Veterans Day, so thank you for coming.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Sergeant, I'm here as your federal representative. Welcome home. I'm here as your federal representative and a member of the community. To join with the community, proud of your service, but very happy that you've come back to us. I feel like I mentioned outside. I feel like I've met you already through our sort of brief conversation of mine with your dad. Typically down at the Bowski Memorial Park, which is where the community comes together to remember, to pray, you know, to share stories, and from time to time to celebrate. And that's what communities do, and that's what sort of ironic. You know, we're here today on Veterans Day. I can go to the National Cemetery and speak to veterans there, talk about service and sacrifice. But it's the embodiment, the men and women who put on the cloth of our nation are willing to serve. Your dad, probably many in your family. General Washington, who spent a little bit of time in Bucks County, once said that if you desire peace and freedom, you must at all times be prepared to defend it. And that's what you've done. Generations before you and generations after you have done the same. But you know, we have a saying, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave. The brave is embodied again in many different ways. I mean, you got brave kids in high school where you attended who stand up to bullies. We have great people right down the road at St. Mary Hospital perform life-saving surgeries. Brave first responders that charge into homes to risk their lives for lives and property. But the highest call in the form of bravery is a military service. So we thank you for what you've done. There's little we can say to express that gratitude, but I want you to know that the community understands the commitment, the depth of your sacrifice, the sacrifice of your mom and dad, your wife and your son Jack. sometimes that's the hardest job, is to wait at home for the return of the son, praying that that dreaded telegram would never come to the door. So what I brought with me, Sergeant, is a flag of our nation, which you've served under, probably folded many times, saluted. And you saw it in the morning and you saw it at night before you went to bed. This flag was flown over our nation's capital to thank you for all that you've done and all that we know that you'll continue to do as a United States Marine and an American.
Is David Gibbon here? Next up is going to be Scott Petrie, our state representative, who also has two things, I guess, one on behalf of Tommy Tomlinson and yourself.
Congratulations. I'm glad you're home safe. I have to say to the community, Congressman and I have been all around Council Rock, Northampton today. This is my third ceremony. This is probably his 10th. But what I see consistently in Northampton Township is a strong faith and belief in our country and in our men and women who are serving in the military. We saw that at Council Rock High School today. The veterans who participated in the day-long program, a standing ovation from the high school. Today, I got here a little late, and I apologize for that. But I had to have ranks move just a little bit. The Marines weren't going to let anyone in this inner circle. If you don't feel this circle surrounding you. This project that has been going on in Northampton Township shows love for the community, love for the family, love for the veteran protection. And you feel it today. You try to break these ranks, you can't. And that's what's been here, not only for you and other military personnel, but primarily for the family that had to endure all those times of worry. I saw it on your face just a couple minutes ago. It was great. But, so they've been here for you to support your family, and that's just a tremendous honor. It's something that we haven't had in a long time in our country, and I think it's great to see again. So I have documents both from Harrisburg signed by me and by Tommy Tomlinson, who wish he could be here. Obviously, it talks about your great and distinguished career, but what I feel tonight is a community that's brought home their last service person and has been here to protect for 12 years every family that had to endure what you've had to endure. So, job well done, Northampton Township. And welcome home.
Next person I'd like to call up is Marge Wiener, who has a special presentation from an organization.
Sergeant Cotton, this is a coin that was meant to honor the 50th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. We had 500 of them. They only go to veterans or active military. This is the last one. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hanging in there, Jack? A little longer. Now we have a special presentation for Kylie, and I'd like to call up Bernadette Heenan and Lori Loughlin of our Veterans Advisory Commission.
Well, behind every great man, there's a great woman. And I'd like to say, well, and you're the great woman.
And a great woman.
But your in-laws basically asked for you to be recognized tonight, which I think shows so much love. We want you to be a part of Northampton as well. We're trying to kiss up. And Jack, you're very happy tonight too, aren't you? Yeah. So I'd like to read a little bit about Kylie. Kylie is from South Dakota, which is pretty far away from here. She is a wife, mother to Jack, and she's a psychiatric nurse employed at the Naval Hospital at Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Kylie works exclusively with VA Mental Health Specialty Unit, caring for veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder and those veterans identified as high risk for suicide. at this day, at this moment on Veterans Day, I cannot tell you enough how much we appreciate what you do every single day of the year. So God bless and thank you.
You hold it up okay, Jack? Eddie,
Do a high
buddy.
five.
Eddie, you're on. Would you like to say a few words? Is it a hold those for you?
Absolutely. So, I'm a terrible speaker. If you were here 3 years ago, I got choked up, and it was, But hey, like I said, like my father said, I want to thank, Northampton. I want to thank the great people of, where I grew up. Where, I believe most of us grew up. I mean, except for Kylie, but everybody here has made it, has made it absolutely 100% for my family. Obviously, we're only here for a few days. I literally sat there and thought for the last couple of days, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? I had a speech. I had to speak the last time. It didn't go very well. But I really wanted to pay a tribute. Obviously, I wanted to pay a tribute to the veterans. I fortunately got a good assignment where I was able to come home, in one piece. Was able to come home to my family who without them I wouldn't, I probably wouldn't be here. I mean, whether I'm deployed or I'm not, without them I really wouldn't be here. My whole family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, you guys, I mean, my grandparents, everybody in this room. But I wanted to pay a tribute because, fortunately I was able to come home in one piece. I believe my mind is okay. There's a lot of people who didn't get to come home. There's a lot of families who, unfortunately, don't have their loved ones who, could do, a great ceremony like this. But like I said, I wanted to pay tribute to them. I know I have, some motivators in here who, Semper Fidelis, United States Marine Corps. But like I said, I want to thank the good people of, Bucks County, Northampton Township, Southampton Township, wherever you're at right now. And I appreciate everything. I appreciate the love and support for the last 7 months and the last 5 years of being in the Marine Corps, and the support that I had, that my family's had, growing up here. Hopefully this is the last time I have to do this, this type of ceremony. Might not, it probably won't be, but like I said, I appreciate it from every single, everyone here. And God bless America, the greatest country on the planet.
Probably the second best thing that happened for Eddie when he came back is he got to see the Eagles when their last game.
Yeah, well, I got to listen to it on the AM network. I don't know if anyone really listens to AM. Listen to a station in New York and North Carolina. Very good.
I'd like to maybe add too, I just want, and I'll let other people say too, Eddie, we truly do want to welcome you back, and I think when you gave your speech there, it was very well done. And one of the words you said over and over again was family. And it is all about family. You have a beautiful family here tonight, grandparents down to your great-grandchildren, or grandchildren, I guess.
My great-grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren, you gotta be very proud.
Our great-grandchildren.
I'm just a grandparent, so I'm first, mine's only 8 months old.
He was our first.
Okay, great. You have to be very proud. You have to be very proud of the fact that when you come here tonight, look how filled this room is. You have people from all walks of life coming here, all our community, our families here. You have a lot of people from various wars that came here to see you. I mean, it's just a great day. It's a great day, and we're so happy that you have you back here today. I will tell your grandparents that I did put a little Elvis blue in that American flag, so it's not coming out. So you're here to stay. And I also want to welcome, on behalf of Northampton, just welcome you back. If there's any chance you want to move back to Northampton Township, we'd love to have you back here. You and your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you again. Congratulations.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I just want to tell you that I know, welcome you back and tell you how pleased I am and our community is that you and your family are able to share us. We didn't want to have to just do it with your parents. We wanted to make sure. You can let Jack go. He's not going anywhere. But I also wanted to tell you how much Pete Palestina wanted to make sure that this evening happened.
Absolutely. I want to thank Pete. I
And
wanted to
he
thank
would have,
Pete
I mean,
separately.
I think if he had, what, you're in North Carolina now? I think if he had to drive down to North Carolina and bring you up here, he would have done it.
Absolutely.
And picking Veterans Day to do it on is also a very special thing for Pete, for all the gentlemen and ladies who work with him on this program. And I just wanted to publicly say that he wanted to make sure you got it.
Just let him have it.
So, yeah, let him have it. Yay! But thank you.
Kyle,
Thank you
while
for
you don't
being.
have Jack in your possession, you need to say anything?
Thank you all for supporting him.
It's not what you do.
He talks so much about all of you. I don't know who most of you are, but he really appreciates everything you do for those that sent packages to him. He told me about all these packages he would get, and just setting this up for him tonight, it means a lot to our family. Thank you.
I'd just like to end by saying that has been documented so often nowadays, those that serve our country in the military are at risk, whether they're on U.S. soil or foreign soil. Their lives are put on the line each and every day. Northampton and our country are proud of what our servicemen and women are doing for the freedoms we enjoy here at home. We would be remiss not to mention the fact that 2 of our patriots did not make it home safe and sound. And of course, they were Army PFC Bobby Dembowski Jr. and Army Master Sergeant Ken Elwell. Their American flags are in the display front and center with a black streamer containing their names. We'll never forget Bobby and Ken and the service they gave while paying the ultimate price. Bobby Dembowski 8 years ago on May 24, 2007, and Ken Elwell 4 years ago on July 17, 2011. I think I saw Sue Elwell Burkhart back here.
She was at the door. She's at the door.
Oh, there she is, Sue. Sue. Sue is the sister of Ken Elwell, and Sue always comes to these presentations. Ed and Lisa, we're proud to have your son Eddie as a resident and the service he is giving our country. To you, Sergeant Cotton, Kylie, and Jack, we wish you the very best. Enjoy the rest of your leave. Glad you're back safely. Thank you for your service. God bless all our troops. Hoorah and Semper Fi, my man.
Thank you, sir.
Happy Veterans Day to all veterans. Thank everyone who's pointing out tonight. And Jack, thank you for almost holding out to the end.
God bless America.
Watch him now.
My pleasure.
Okay, come on. Come on.
I'm missing you.
There we go.
I almost did. This person was going so
I wanted you up there, but they said no. So I don't know what I am. It wasn't my fault.
Anything I can do?